Hi, my name is Emil Mena and I'm from Belize, Central America. I've spent the last 5+ years working in video production and editing and collaborating with brands and production companies both in Belize and in the United States. I've also worked with Love Foundation Belize, which is Belize's largest news station network, and I've produced everything from branded content and advertisements to music videos and short films. I've also built an extensive network of creatives and professionals across Belize's media and business sectors. And today, I'll be sharing my business concept, Studio 501, your production partner in paradise. So, I want you to imagine that you're a producer planning to shoot a feature film in Belize. The locations are stunning, the culture is vibrant, and the potential seems huge. But once you start shooting, you quickly realize that there's no clear system put in place. The few websites that exist are mostly outdated and government run, and there's no local company that handles everything you need to shoot a feature film in Belize. See, the core problem in Belize is that the film industry is still fragmented and not business-driven. The Belize Film Commission functions primarily as a government-run office. Meanwhile, international fixers often operate remotely, and this affects everyone. International producers face delays and confusion, and Belizean talent and filmmakers lose job opportunities, and Belize's economy misses out on exposure and film tourism. So my solution is Studio 501, a Belizean-founded, one-stop production services company that simplifies filming in Belize. Studio 501 bridges the gap between government offices and international producers, offering professional coordination for every stage of filming. And this model has already been proven successful in the Caribbean. For example, Lantica Studios in the Dominican Republic operates as a private production service company and has helped over 60 international productions film in the DR, including major Hollywood features. Their success proves that private, business-driven services can operate and scale effectively within the Caribbean. Studio 501 adapts that same proven approach to Belize, but with a Belizean-led foundation that prioritizes local talent, reinvestment, and national growth. So how does this work? Well, Studio 501 offers 3 core services that make filming in Belize simple and efficient. First, production coordination and permits. We handle government paperwork, location scouting, and on-set logistics, giving producers one point of contact to keep everything running smoothly. Second, crew coordination. Belize has local talent across film and production, but no true system in place that connects them to international projects. Studio 501 builds and manages a crew database, linking global producers with Belizean professionals. And third, accommodation and logistics partnerships. Through our network of hotels, catering companies, and transport providers, we ensure productions have seamless travel and comfortable stays. So Studio 501 would work because Belize has already what international producers are looking for: stunning locations, English-speaking crews, strong tourism infrastructure, and even the potential for film tax incentives. And because Studio 501 is a Belizean-based company with local connections, we can offer more competitive rates than larger international service companies without sacrificing quality. And this benefits international filmmakers as Studio 501 removes the confusion of filming in Belize. And it also benefits Belizeans as it creates jobs and keeps film spending in the local economy. And this model has been proven effective regionally. According to a 2024 report from Intech, the Dominican Republic's film industry created over 25,000 jobs and generated more than 10 billion pesos in just 3 years. Studio 501 aims to bring that same model to Belize on a smaller, locally led scale. So, how do we generate revenue? Well, every project at Studio 501 begins with a discovery stage, where producers share their goals, timeline, and budget. From there, we create a tailored service plan, covering everything from permits and crew coordination to travel logistics. Our revenue primarily comes from coordination fees, small markups on crew and logistics, and commissions earned through local partnerships. To give an idea of pricing, small productions like documentaries or commercials or travel shoots would typically bring in around $4,000 to $7,000 in revenue depending on the service required. Now, larger projects such as TV episodes or feature films that run for 2 to 4 weeks would average between $12,000 to $20,000 in revenue, depending again on the service required. I think what makes Studio 501 different is that it's just not another global production service company or a government office. It's a Belizean-founded and Belizean-led company built by people who live and breathe the culture and creativity of Belize. Most importantly, we have authentic local access with real relationships across government offices, local crew, and suppliers. That means when productions come to us, we can move faster and communicate better. At Studio 501, our mission is simple: to make filming in Belize seamless and accessible. We handle everything from permits and logistics to crew coordination. Our vision is to establish Studio 501 as Belize's leading production services company, empowering local talent and attracting global filmmakers. So when we look at the Belize film market as a whole, it's really at a stage where professional growth can finally take off. The foundation is already here. We've got tourism systems, culture, and natural beauty. But what's missing is structure, the business layer that turns all of this into a working industry. Now regionally, there's already investments going into creative industries that includes film. According to the Caribbean Development Bank, its Cultural and Creative Industries Innovation Fund, which includes Belize, has supported over 500 creative professionals across 19 Caribbean countries through 30 projects between 2018 and 2023. So even though that fund is mostly about supporting local creatives, it really shows how fast the Caribbean's creative scene is growing. And that's exactly where Studio 501 comes in. We're here to connect that growth to real international productions and help turn all that local talent into global opportunities. One of the biggest regional trends right now is the rise of what's called the Orange Economy, which is basically the growing investment in creative industries across Latin America and the Caribbean. And Belize is a part of this movement too, with the government identifying film and culture as key growth areas. I think this is a sign that the region is starting to see creativity, not just as an art, but as a real driver of jobs, innovation, and tourism. And that's exactly where Studio 501 fits in, by turning that creative potential into professional film production opportunities. Another major trend shaping the market is film tourism, when audiences travel to destinations they've seen on screen. According to Forbes, travel companies have seen a sharp rise in this kind of travel in recent years. In fact, Expedia's 2025 trend report found that nearly 2/3 of travelers say movies and TV shows have influenced where they go. I think this is a huge opportunity for Belize, because every time a film is shot here, it not only supports local jobs, but also markets the country to a global audience. And Studio 501 makes that process easier by helping more productions come to Belize and keeping the cycle going, where film brings tourism and tourism brings more film. So to wrap this all up, Studio 501 is really about making filming in Belize simple and professional. It's a one-stop local production service company that connects international filmmakers with local crews, handles all logistics, and makes the whole process smoother from start to finish. At the same time, it creates opportunities for Belizean talent and keeps more of that film spending right here in the local economy. And that's what makes Studio 501 more than just a service. It is the next step in putting Belize on the map for global film production. Thank you.